श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैव उपशममयान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभुः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति शिखरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। वेदोदधिं समुन्मथ्य ज्ञानरत्नं समुद्रितं येन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। योग वशिष्ठ निर्वाण प्रकरण उत्तरार्थ 39वां अध्याय। 39 नहीं 49वां अध्याय 49th चैप्टर। मनोराज्य आदि में संकल्प कल्पित मूर्ताकार पदार्थों की तो शून्यता ही प्रसिद्ध है। पिंड रूप उनका ग्रहण प्रसिद्ध नहीं है। सच पूछिए तो इस प्रकार कल्पना ही मूर्तिमान जगत रूप से भासती है। वास्तव में यहाँ घनीभूत कोई पिंड ग्रहण नहीं है, क्योंकि जैसे आकाश में एकमात्र शून्यता होती है, वैसे ही संकल्प कल्पित मनोराज्य आदि में एकमात्र शून्यता ही अवगत होता है। हम कल जो विचार कर रहे थे, कल हम क्या विचार किए थे? कोरा कागज। यह आकाश को कोरा कागज मान लो। इसमें जो कुछ भी कल्पना किया जाता है ये सब शून्य रूप है। इसका कोई कुछ नहीं रूप दिखा सकता है। आकाश तो शून्य रूप है, उसमें रूप कैसे बनेगा? क्या आकाश में कोई चित्र बना सकते हो तुम? आकाश में कोई चित्र बनना असंभव है। तब फिर जब आकाश ही सबका आधार है, आकाश में जो कल्पना किया गया उसका मूर्त होना मतलब उसका एक रूप ग्रहण करना, नामकरण होना, ये कैसे संभव हो सकता है? आकाश को कोई विभाजित कर सकता है क्या? आकाश को कोई टुकड़े टुकड़े करके उसमें भेद पैदा कर सकता है क्या? और आकाश में अगर कल्पना किया कुछ तो उसका रूप कैसे बना सकते हो? आकाश को कोई रंगीन कर सकता है क्या? लेकिन हम व्यवहारिक जगत में आकाश को देखते हैं रंग रंगीला। सुबह सूर्योदय के पहले देखो आकाश कैसे सुनहरी रंग से रंग जाता है, और शाम को भी, दिन में कभी कभी वही आकाश में हमको दिखाई देता है सप्त रंग का, कभी इंद्रधनुष दिख जाता है, कभी और कुछ रूप सब रंग सब दिख जाता है। ये सचमुच आकाश में नहीं है। आकाश तो शुद्ध पवित्र बिल्कुल शून्य रूप है जिसमें कोई संभावना नहीं है। ऐसे ही ये कल्पना जो है हमारे, उसका भी कोई रूप नहीं, वो आकाश रूप है, शून्य रूप है। तो फिर उसको रूप देना, नामकरण करना असंभव है। इसीलिए हम जो सोचते हैं सब ये नाम रूप के रूप में जो संसार है यह असंभव ही है। इसका आधार कहाँ है? कौन इसको पकड़ रखा है? हमारे जो शाम को हम रोजाना पाठ करते हैं शिव महिम, उसमें पुष्पानंद आचार्य जी सब अपना भावनाओं को व्यक्त करते हैं कि भगवान, हे शंकर भगवान, आपका कोई नाम रूप कुछ नहीं है, लेकिन उसके ऊपर सब, जहाँ कोई नहीं है सबसे ऊपर आप हैं, सबका परे आपका स्थिति है। वहाँ पर मन वाणी ये पहुँचेगा कैसे? मैं कैसे आपका स्तुति कर सकता हूँ? आपके बारे में कैसे सोच सकता हूँ? और आपका गुणगान कैसे कर सकता हूँ? इसीलिए कोई नाम रूप आपका तो मेरे को ढूंढना पड़ता है। और ये नाम रूप क्या होगा जिसमें मन अति आसानी से लग जाता है और उसी का गुणगान करने में आनंद लेता है? ऐसा रूप कौन सा होगा? इसके ऊपर शास्त्र, पुराण, महात्माओं के अलग अलग मत है। कोई कुछ कहता है, कोई कुछ कहता है, जिसको जैसे आया हुआ ऐसे ही गाया। कोई कहता है कि क्या संसार में एक कारण के बिना कार्य नहीं हो सकता है? जब हम देख रहे हैं क्या संसार का ये नीति नियम को तोड़ करके इस संसार को बनाने वाला कोई निराकार हो सकता है? हो ही नहीं सकता है। कोई तो उसको बनाने वाला होना चाहिए, नहीं तो बनेगा कैसे संसार? अगर है तो बनेगा कैसे संसार? इसीलिए संसार का कोई आधारभूत, कोई तो साकार परमात्मा है। हम निराकार को नहीं मानेंगे। फिर कोई कहते हैं कि आकार वाला होगा कैसे? जो असीम है आकार वाला होगा तो फिर उसका आकार का सीमा होगा, उसका लेन देन होगा, फिर दो होंगे, अनेक होंगे, आपस में लड़ मरेंगे। फिर ये इतने कैसे हो जाएगा? नहीं हो सकता है। और एक होगा तो उसका नाम रूप कोई नहीं हो सकता, असीम होना चाहिए। तो अलग अलग मतांतर बहुत सारे देखना मिलता है। कोई कुछ कहते हैं, कोई कुछ कहते हैं। जो जैसे भी कहे, मुझे उसमें लेना देना कुछ नहीं है। पुष्पदंताचार्य कहते हैं, बड़े भक्त हैं शिव जी के, तो कहते हैं मेरे को उसमें लेना देना क्या है। लोग रुचि के अनुसार कुछ कुछ बताते हैं, जो जैसे भी बताते हैं। जैसे आकाश से गिरा हुआ जल का बूंद जरूर सागर में मिलता है, वैसे ही कोई कुछ भी बोले, कोई कैसे भी सोचे परमात्मा के बारे में या संसार के बारे में, उसमें लेना देना क्या। आखिर तो एक मत होना ही पड़ता है। आखिर सबको एक जगह पर इकट्ठा होना पड़ता है। मुझे इसीलिए अलग अलग रुचि में अंतर में मेरे को नहीं जाना। मुझे जो प्रिय लगता है, मुझे जो अच्छा लगता है, उसी का गुणगान मैं करूँगा। और वो आपका गुणगान नहीं है, वो तो मेरा अपना वाणी को पवित्र करने के लिए, मैं अपना आनंद के लिए, मैं अपना आपको किसी रूप से भी आपको गुणगान करता हूँ। उसको जैसे भी आप होंगे, आप उसको स्वीकार करो। जैसे भी होंगे, जहाँ भी होंगे, जो कुछ भी होंगे, मेरा ये तोतली बोल को स्वीकार करो। लोग अनेक किस्म से, बृहस्पति जो वाणी के मालिक हैं, वो भी आपका गुणगान नहीं कर पाए। शारदा खुद भी अगर अनंत काल तक गुणगान करते रहेगी, फिर भी वो नहीं कर सकती आपका गुण का अंत। तो मैं कौन सा समर्थ हो सकता हूँ आपका गुणगान करने में। इसीलिए मुझे जैसे आता है मैं आपका स्तुति करता हूँ। जो मेरे वाणी को पवित्र करने के लिए, आप उसको स्वीकार करो भगवान। तो कहने का मतलब मतांतर तो अनेक है। जिसको जैसे आया वैसे ही देखा, ऐसे ही गुणगान किया भगवान का। तो फिर वो आकार वाला या निराकार, गुण वाला है या निर्गुण है, कैसा भी है, क्या है, उसके बारे में कोई नहीं बोल सकते हम, क्योंकि वो वाणी और बुद्धि के परे है, मन के परे है। इसीलिए उसको किसी भी हालत में हम नहीं बोल सकते हैं। तो उसी को उदाहरण दे करके बता रहे हैं। क्या आकाश का कोई रंग हो सकता है? आकाश का कोई आकार हो सकता है क्या? आकाश में ये सब संभव नहीं। ऐसे ही हमारे जो भावनाएं हैं, जो संकल्प करते हैं हम, उसका कोई रूपरेख नहीं हो सकता है। इसीलिए हम जो संसार के बारे में सोचते हैं, जो नाम रूपों के बारे में सोच करके उसके साथ संबंध जोड़ करके लेन देन व्यवहार करते हैं, ये सब का कोई कीमत नहीं, कोई अर्थ नहीं। ये सब नहीं है। ये जैसे आकाश में कोई रंग दिखते हैं हम, जैसे दो चंद्रमा को देखते हैं, जैसे जल में तरंगे और बुदबुदों को देखते हैं, ऐसे ही जैसे मरीचिका में हम जल को देखते हैं, जैसे अंधेरी रात में सांप को देखते हैं, सच को नहीं देख पाते हैं, वैसे ही ये संसार सब शून्य रूप है। इसमें कोई नाम रूप नहीं है, नहीं हो सकता है। इसका प्रतिपादन जोर से करते हैं। इसी के ऊपर हम कल बात कर रहे थे, कोरा कागज, ब्लैंक पेपर। Just we have discussed on this point about blank paper. Just as the sky cannot have any form, nor any qualities, nor any form, nor name. The sky is always empty. It cannot hold anything. It is without name and form. Similarly, our ideas are which seem to be having some names and forms, so-called world, and it is not real, because how can there be any form in the ideas or in the sky? The ideas are ideas. They cannot have any form or name. He gives the example of the sky. सच पूछिए तो इसी प्रकार कल्पना ही मूर्तिमान जगत रूप से भासता है। वास्तव में यहाँ घनीभूत कोई पिंड ग्रहण नहीं हो सकता। पिंड ग्रहण मतलब no form can be accepted in this. If at all you have some form and name of the clay, that is the idols made out of clay, or any other idols, or any toys, anything made out of clay, is it other than the clay? Can there be any form in the clay? It is just idea which you are seeing. Just as in the picture, on the screen, whatever you see only ideas. They are not real form, nor they have any name or any qualities. They are only ideas. They are expressed on the basement of that screen. It is only color, it is not, it has got no name, no form, nothing is there. It is impossible to have any names and forms on the screen. Similarly, the background, if at all we see, the absolute background as per our vision, the sky is background. In the sky only, whatever names and forms we see, it hangs like a pendulum somewhere, something. Everything is in the sky. Then how can the sky take any form and name? Whatever names and forms you see as world or creation, your so-called creation, we are so limited, so compressed in the form of a human being on the earth plane. We see only this much here, whatever is possible for our eyes. But the creation is not this much only. Your solar system, whole solar system, when compared with our earth, earth is just like a say gram, say black gram or green gram. If the sun will be a football or basketball, our earth will be so small. And on that earth, there is a beautiful example. Once the king of Athens wanted to see क्या वो थे बड़े ज्ञानी, अरे मैं नाम भूल रहा हूँ, हैं हैं Socrates. Socrates. Socrates was a very great man of wisdom. He had some independent thoughts which he was sharing with the people, and he had no care for his body or dress or his prestige. He used to meet anybody and everybody and share his thoughts, independent thoughts. He was very famous in Athens. The king of Athens heard his name and he wanted to meet him, and he came to him. And he was doing something, sewing something or doing something. He didn't look at the king. Everybody he used to behave equally with everyone. For him there is no king, no ordinary person. Everybody is human being. So he didn't care to give respect to the king. He was standing there for some time and Socrates didn't look at him. Then with raised voice he shouts, "Why, Socrates, do you know I am the king of Athens? I am standing here and you are not looking at me. You don't pay me respect. You know I am the king of Athens." Yet Socrates didn't hear him nor look at him. Second time he shouted. Third time when he shouted with raised voice, then Socrates took out a world map and showed him. Can you say where do you stand? Did you follow? He took out a world map in a small paper. The whole world map is there. And he spread it before a king of Athens. He asked him, "Can you show me where do you stand? You are the king of Athens." What do you think of yourself? Similarly, we can see the world map and find out where we stand. Where are you and how long you are? And your solar system is not seen anywhere if the map of our galaxy will be such big size of the wall. If our galaxy takes such big size of the wall, our solar system is not at all found anywhere in somewhere corner, say left down corner, somewhere our solar system will be located in some mark somewhere here. It is not even a dust particle, not even a dot. And that our galaxy is not counted in our whole universe. Our galaxy is not at all taken into account. So think of yourself and think of your universe, what you think of your world and your imagined universe. Can you think of it? That's how it is said, it is beyond your mind and intellect. Our human mind is so limited. It is, they say, but how far it is true, nobody knows. Some people say our human intellect is thousandth part of the universal intellect. Nowhere it is seen. Human intellect. And we think of ourselves. We understand our ideas which we know as our world, so concrete truth, solid truth. This is what he wants to say. Everything is only sky. There is no such names and forms as per your ideas in your mind. They are only ideas without anything, without any baseless. एकमात्र शून्यता ही आकाश में दिखाई देती है और सारे जितने संकल्प कल्पित मनोराज्य आदि तुम्हारे सब है, ये खाली शून्यता का ही नाम है. Whatever you think, it is only the sky, empty sky. Nothing is there. Don't think you have something, or you know something, or you can think something. शून्यता प्रसाधन का फल कहते हैं. अच्छा, ये जो हम शून्यता के ऊपर बात करते हैं, अभी बहुत दिन से हम इसी के ऊपर बात कर रहे हैं. Since long we are talking of the world. How is this world? And how is the truth? Always we are comparing and different kinds of examples and logic and analysis and everything we take support, and the words of different scriptures, words of great seers, we are discussing. Now he says, what is the use? Why should we talk of this world and see it analytically and come to the conclusion that there is no world and only sky and sky, everything is nothing, only empty sky, no possibility of all these names and forms or all these changes or all these differences, manyness, nothing is there. All these are your imaginary, simply thought waves, nothing else is there. So in the end he tries to remind you, why should we discuss all these? What is the use? What shall we gain out of it? इसको हम जब विचार करते हैं, इसमें हमको क्या मिलेगा? शून्य हो चाहे ठोस हो, हमको तो 2 रोटी खाना है ना? खाना है या नहीं खाना भाइयों बहनों? Ah, my dear brothers and sisters, will you not do? Don't you know want 2 chapatis? We have to take 2 chapatis and go to bed at night, get up in the morning. This is our life. Huh? What do we care whether the world is there or not there? Why should we break our head on this? Huh? This is our lifestyle. And we have to run here and there to get something that is we are habituated to. I have to go to Gangotri. Yes, tomorrow I shall go. Oh, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I have to go to Badrinath. I shall see how is Badrinath after the temple is closed. Let me see. Arre, I have to go to Bombay. Why? Some friends are calling me. Some marriage ceremony is going on. I have to attend. This is our life. Oh, how do you do? How are you, my dear? How is your children? This much. What do you care whether the world exists or not? Our life is this. Why should he bother? Why should he break our head? No need, isn't it? Let the world be there or not there. We are not going to change our life, isn't it? Lifestyle.
If we are running to Badrinath, we are ending up in Bombay. So we are trying to understand what this world is.
Whether we understand or not, that is the question. If you understand what happens, if you don't understand what happens, are you going to change yourself? I am so and so. And my life is this. I am not going to change anything. Let the world go to hell, or let that God go to heaven or dungeon. What do I care? Isn't it? That is what he is going to explain you. Why should you break your head? What do you gain out of it? ये हमको सिर क्यों फोड़ना पड़ रहा है? दुनिया जाए भाड़ में, है? ये कह रहे हैं, ये जो शून्यता प्रसाधन का फल क्या है? अवस्तुभूत उस शून्यता में विवेकी पुरुष को अहंता, ममता, राग, द्वेष आदि भावों का बंधन भला कैसे हो सकता है? क्योंकि भविष्यत आकाश रूपी वृक्ष में किसी पक्षी ने विश्रांति प्राप्त की है। ये कह रहा है हम क्यों ये संसार के बारे में विचार करना चाहिए, और संसार का विचार करने से फिर भगवान तो अपने आप उसके पीछे पड़ा है। जैसे रात के पीछे दिन पड़ा है, रात का पीछा करता रहता है दिन, और दिन का पीछा भी किसका है? दिन के पीछे भी रात पड़ी है। ये दोनों आपस में लड़ते रहते हैं। हाँ, द डे इज एवर चेंजिंग, द नाइट क्वीन इज एवर चेंजिंग. He cannot keep quiet. And the night also is changing day behind it. Nobody keeps quiet. Everyone is changing each other. It will go on. What do we care? He says, if you understand this, this world does not exist, and analytically and firmly, with solid faith, with one-pointed confirmation, if you accept this after analyzing and discussing, mentally contemplating over it, if you understand this is not at all existing, then how can you have any worries, anxieties, and desires to achieve? And how can you be restless for nothing? That is your problem. If you have no problem, I have no problem. Only when you have problems that you are suffering, you are troubled by this world, then only the question comes. You must know what is this world, behind which you are changing day and night. Just as the day changes the night and night also changes the day, they are running behind each other. The night queen is most darling, most wonderful, very beautiful, isn't it? Blackish, just like a ghost. That's how the day, king day, it is after her. And the night queen also is after the day. They are changing each other, running behind each other. Similarly, every one of us is restless. We have so many problems. We have so many anxieties, so many desires to fulfill. No rest at all. Ever engaged in fulfilling our desires. I have to do that, I have to go there, I have to see him, I have to talk to him. This is our life, ever restless, and no time to stand and stare. Nothing. There is no time to think anything. Who is going to think all this? My dear, if you are having some problems, then only we have to talk to you, or else go to hell. Who cares for you? Huh? If you have problem that you want rest, you are so tired of all these running hither and thither, and you have no time to rest a while. That's how you have to understand what are you doing, what for, what is the consequence, what do you gain, and why are you running so restlessly? What do you get? That we have discussed long before. So vividly, so elaborately we have seen. Our life is nothing but fulfilling the desires only. We are slave of desires. And if there is no desire, there is no life. Our so-called life, what we think so valuable and so prestigious, we are so self-important people. We have some meaning, we have some importance. इधर ये क्या बोल रहा है जी? इसीलिए वो कह रहा है कि तुम्हारे अगर दिमाग ठीक है तब तो कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन तुम जैसे पागल कुत्तों की माफी, हाँ, झाड़ी से झाड़ी. If we see our busyness, busy life, it is not better than a mad dog. And injected with some poison and stung by some scorpion and has gone mad and running from bush to bush, finding no rest anywhere. Just as that white dog who used to come here and because he was caught, he had so many wounds, whole head was rotting. Poor fellow. It cannot rest, even it cannot stand anywhere for a second. It will just running from here to there. Is our life better than that dog's life? We are superior beings. We are superior beings, human beings. Isn't it? है ना? इंसान हम हैं. हमारे बराबर है कौन? आढ्योस्मि धनवान सुखी कौन्यस्ति सदृशो मया. मेरे बराबर है कौन? है मैं रावण, 3 भुवन का राजा. I am the king of 3 worlds. My name is Ravan. Who can equal me? Even the gods, they come and do my sweeping in my house. They are my servants. Who can be equal to me? I am the great. And where is he now? वही कोई संस्कृत में कहावत है, कहे हे रघुपते क्वगत उत्तर कोसलम यदुपते क्वगता मथुरापुरी. Hey, Krishna said, I am the eternal time. I am ever eternal consumer time. I consume everything. I swallow everything. Thousands of creations are within my stomach. I am the great time. So some person asks, my dear Krishna, where is your Mathurapuri? Where is your Dwarika now? My dear Ram, where is your Ayodhya now? Where has it gone? The time has swallowed everything. Oh Krishna, you are the time, but you are engulfed by the time. The great time has made everything disappear. And where are you and where is this and that, where is this world? How long? What for? What do you gain? What for you are running from here and there? What do you gain? This is the question, and as answer we see, we discuss all these seriously with all the logic, with whatever way we can think over, ponder over, and in the end we get this, all these are meaningless, useless, it has got no value at all. So if we understand this, then what will happen, what we gain? At least sleep for a while, at least rest a while. That much is the gain. No more running like a mad dog.
Why do you say a while?
Huh?
Why do you say a while?
Where there is no time, what to say then? You, by this you can go beyond time. If you understand this, if you stop your running, then naturally there is no time. There is nothing is there. This is what is the gain. So you can rest eternally. Do you want to rest? If at all. And that is the eternal rest. Shiva to कहते हैं, we say it as peace or silence or doing nothing, non-dual, non-doing state, inactive state. That is called rest, doing nothing. And if you like to do everything, you are welcome. यही हमको मिलेगा, आखिर फल क्या मिलेगा? शून्यता प्रसाधन का फल कहते हैं कि अवस्तुभूत उस शून्यता में विवेकी पुरुष के अहंता, ममता, राग द्वेष आदि भावों का बंधन भला कैसे हो? If you know there is no tree, are you going to take rest under its shadow, its shade? You know there is no tree. Do you go there for a while to rest under its shade? You know there is no mountain. Will you go to climb that? You know there is no river. Do you want to go there and have a dip? When you know there is no world, then will you be attached to anything or you will be bound to anything? Will there be any responsibility on you to do something? So all these will vanish. You will be free of your duties. You will go beyond all the running and doings. All your action and reaction will stop. All your name and form, all your relation will not be there. So you can enjoy yourself all alone. How terrific it will be. जब कोई नहीं होगा कैसे होगा? When there will be nobody around you, you are all alone. Neither any trees nor any animals, birds or insects, no friends, nobody to talk, nothing. Somewhere in the isolated corner of the sky, where nothing you can see nor you can have any contact with anything. Imagine what will happen to you. Can you be happy there? No, it is better here. We don't want your God realization. How terrific it will be. That's why they say one must try in seclusion. Seclusion is a must. You must try how do you feel. When nothing is there, no work is there, and nobody is there with you. You cannot talk to anybody, you cannot share your thoughts, and nothing to do for you. You need not eat even. Some tablets are given to you. You will not feel hungry, you will not feel thirsty. Just sit or lie down. How do you feel? How will you feel in that state? इसीलिए कहते हैं थोड़ा एकांत सेवन करना चाहिए. पागल बन जाओगे. You will run here and there, shouting and running. Oh, somebody! Oh, who are you? Where is somebody? I want to talk to somebody. You will shout. You will go mad. Better to be in this world. And if those mad people, they say, we are mad, let us be mad. Better to be mad, not to accept that seclusion, isn't it? क्यों हम इसको सब विचार करते हैं? ये जो शून्यवाद है ना, शून्यता के बारे में बात करते हैं, वो कैसे होगा जब तुम्हारे मन ऐसा ही ये संसार के ऊपर जाओगे, जिसका जो ज्ञानी लोगों का, जो विवेकी जनों का दिल कैसा होता होगा, कैसे वो अनुभव करते होंगे. और यही तो होगा, आखिर यही मिलेगा इतने ही. हाँ, in the end you will get this much. Nothing else you can, nothing other than this you will get. Huh? So, do you like to have it? कोई नहीं साथ, कुछ नहीं करने के लिए, कुछ सोचने के लिए भी नहीं है. क्या सोचे? किसके बारे में सोचूं? There is nothing to think as some desire to get something, because there is no hope. You are all alone. No contact, then where can there be any desire to achieve? No relation, no relativity. So all alone, do you like to have that? That is the state of the discriminative people and dispassionate people, and the people who have realized the truth. Their state is like that. They are dead to the world. They have nothing to do. So understand how terrific it is. इसीलिए कहें थोड़ा थोड़ा ध्यान और कुछ कुछ ऐसा करोगे तो धीरे धीरे अभ्यास होगा, फिर वहाँ रस लग जाएगा. तब फिर यहाँ से उदासी आ जाएगी। इधर हम दुनिया को छोड़ सकते हैं, नहीं तो दुनिया को कोई नहीं छोड़ना चाहता है। Nobody wants to renounce this world. Why? Why should he? Who likes that seclusion? नेपोलियन को लेकर के काला पानी दे दिए थे। नेपोलियन was left in a isolated island. Nobody was there. In those days, they used to punish somebody by sending him to some isolated place. And you know, once क्या वो ग्रेट मैथमेटिशियन कौन थे, वही इटाली के रोम में, Pythagoras, he did some mistake, and there was some complaint, and the king of Athens, he was very close friend to Pythagoras, and when he found him guilty, then as a king he had to punish him. So what punishment he should give? So what he did, you know, he made a glass chamber in the midst of Rome, busy city, where day and night people will be running around. Busy city. And on the center, he made a glass chamber and put Pythagoras as prisoner there. Because, you know, Pythagoras was always fond of seclusion. He used to sit and think, and he was a great scientist, great mathematician, so many new theories he brought out, and the punishment was just suitable for him, because he cannot enjoy this busyness. That's how he was put there to be tortured. And Pythagoras liked it. He closed his eyes and made a rough book in the mind and went on thinking and finding some new theories, and went on writing in the mental rough book. And after some time, when he was released from the prison, then he came home and sat silently and went on copying all those from his mental notebook, and then it became such a big text of mathematics. So many new theories he brought out. So do you like such seclusion, oneness, where no relationship at all? It is terrific, terrific. इसीलिए तो कहते हैं परमात्मा भीम भयंकर. Because he is all alone, one without a second, so he is so terrific. You cannot have his presence. अर्जुन को क्या हुआ जब कृष्ण भगवान का वो विश्वरूप दर्शन किया? When Arjuna saw Vishwarup, the world universal form of Lord Krishna, what did he feel? He could not bear it. He was terrified. He was trembling like a dry leaf on the tree. He shouted, "Oh Lord, please, I cannot hold all this. Please come to your normal form and let me see your four-hand Vishnu, Lord Vishnu form. That I like. I cannot bear this. Please come to your normal form." It is so terrific. हम तो खाली ऐसा गप्पा मारने के लिए बैठे हैं, हमारा आत्मा साक्षात्कार करेंगे, पता नहीं क्या करेंगे, लेकिन ये कोई बच्चों का खेल नहीं भाई। हमको मिलेगा यही आकाश रूपी वृक्ष में किस पक्षी ने विश्रांत प्राप्त की है। You will get what will you achieve? You will achieve this. A bird you will achieve. A bird will rest in the tree, in the sky, on the top of the tree. A bird will take rest. Do you understand the meaning? Your achievement will be a bird will fly in the sky and he will rest forever on the top of a tree grown in the sky. This you will get. क्या समझ में आया? What do you understand? अरे भाई, उपनिषद में यही तो कहा कि द्वावो सुपर्णा दो चिड़िया ये शरीर रूपी वृक्ष में हमेशा बैठे हुए हैं। उसमें एक तो ऊपर बैठा है, चुपचाप बैठ करके देख रहा है और आनंद ले रहा है, और नीचे वाला चिड़िया वो पेड़ में जो खट्टे मीठे फल लगे हुए हैं उसको खा करके सुखी हो रहे हैं, दुखी हो रहा है, कभी चिल्ला रहा है, कभी इधर उधर भागते रहता है, सब फल खाता रहता है और चिल्लाता रहता है। और ऊपर जो चिड़िया बैठा है वो उसको देख करके आनंद ले रहा है। This is the case of every individual being. What is described in the Upanishads. There are two birds sitting on this tree of the body. The one is sitting up and other is sitting down and enjoying all these savory and sweet fruits in the tree and shouting and ever restless, and the upper bird is sitting silently and enjoying this restlessness of this lower bird. This is our identity or our so-called form. This is how the great seers have seen every individual being. This body is a tree and there are two birds who are enjoying this body, and one is sitting up, that is ever silent and witnessing everything, and the other is enjoying all these fruits of actions, action and reactions, enjoying the fruits of this tree. Fruits of the tree means whatever action and reactions are done by the body, the result is enjoyed by the indweller. Indweller is the lower bird, and the higher bird is the heart, where the absolute abides, ever balanced, doing nothing, and the individual being with all these eightfold aspects as the individual self, the subtle body, it does all the action and enjoys the reactions, and that is witnessed by the innermost consciousness. You know what you are doing. इसी को हम कभी चित्त भी बोल सकते हैं जब वो एक्टिवेटिंग कंडीशन में रहता है, और जब एक्टिवेट नहीं करता है तो एब्सोल्यूट साइलेंस जो है उसी को हृदय हम कहते हैं। चित्त तो जब उसमें एक चेष्टा पैदा हो जाता है कि मैं कुछ करूं, मैं अनेकता में विभाजित तो होते रहूं, मैं अनेक रूप में मुझे देखूं, ऐसा जब चित्त में एक मोमेंटम पैदा होता है तब वो चित्त नाम धारण करता है। उसके पहले चित्त जो हृदय को कहते हैं परम शांति, परम सुख, परम आनंद और वह परम स्थिरता का नाम है। इसी प्रकार जो ज्ञानी लोग हमारे एक व्यक्ति एक व्यक्ति को इस प्रकार वर्णना किए हैं, तो हम ये क्यों विचार कर रहे हैं इसको सब? क्योंकि वो जो चुप बैठा है वो परमात्मा, वो शांत जितना है भयंकर भी उतना ही है, क्योंकि अकेला रहना इतना भयंकर है हम जो सोच रहे हैं। क्योंकि हमारा आदत पड़ा है, हम सोते हुए भी इधर उधर हिलते रहते हैं। हाँ, करपट लेते रहेंगे, सांस लेते रहेंगे, पूरा तो अच्छी निद्रा तो होता है, महानिद्रा जिसको कहते हैं। महानिद्रा मतलब मृत्यु। हाँ, खाली निद्रा तो हमारे हर रोज होता है, और महानिद्रा जब से फिर कभी नहीं उठते। इसी प्रकार ये जब हम विचार करते हैं संसार के बारे में, संसार कैसे है, हमारे रिश्ता नाता कैसे हैं, हमारे जो दैनिक व्यवहार कैसे है, और हमारा जो दौड़ना भागना, इच्छाओं की पूर्ति, इससे हमको मिलता क्या? हम अगर विचार करते हैं थक गए हैं, थोड़ा चलो आराम करेंगे, पर वो आराम जिसके लिए हम सोचते हैं वह आराम कोई साधारण आराम नहीं है, बड़ा भयंकर है। उसको कोई बिरला कोई एक इच्छा तो बहुत करते हैं, लेकिन किसी एक बिरला को मिलता है वो। हमारे कितना बिरला है भारत में, दुनिया में? एक बिरला है। उसका वंश परंपरा में अलग भाई भाई होंगे, लेकिन बिरला तो परिवार एक है, वो बिरला है। बिरला मतलब रेयर। तो इसी प्रकार जो हमारे जो मिलेगा हमको क्या? आखिर यही मिलेगा परम शांति, जो शांति का स्वरूप ये है। If you like it, you are welcome, or else close the class. Last end we get this much only. Absolute rest. You will have nobody to talk, nothing to do.
Swamiji, being अंतर्मुखी सदा सुखी।
बोलना बड़ा आसानी है, तो फिर बहिर्मुखी होते क्यों? होते क्यों? यही तो सवाल। अंतर्मुखी जब सदा सुखी है तो बहिर्मुखी होते क्यों? यही पता लगाता है कि यही कह रहा है कि अंतर्मुखी नहीं होता है। बहिर्मुखी क्यों? बोलेगा क्यों? वो देखेगा क्यों? क्या जरूरत है उसको?
क्योंकि वो उतना खराब भी नहीं है।
वो खाली हमारा एक इमेजिनेशन है।
अंतर्मुखी होगा तो बाहरमुखी भी होगा ना, ऑपोजिट है।
अपोजिशन नहीं है अंतर्मुखी में। अंतर्मुखी एक बार हुआ, वो फिर चूहा कभी पकड़े हो? नहीं पकड़े। चूहादानी चूहादानी लगाते ना हम। और आजकल खबर आता था वो क्या वो क्या मैन ईटर बन गए थे सियाल, वुल्फ मैन ईटर बन गए थे ना। उनको पकड़ने के लिए केज रखे थे, कुछ पकड़े गए। जो पकड़ा गया वो चूहा वो केज से निकल जाता है? निकल जाता है? कोई भी जो चिड़िया को हम पकड़ लेते हैं, पिंजड़े में रख देते हैं तो निकल जाता है। पिंजड़ा किसको कहते हैं? जिसमें नहीं निकल पाएगा, तभी तो पिंजड़ा है। जब निकल जाएगा वो तो खुला दरवाजा है, वो पिंजड़ा थोड़ी होता है। जिससे निकल नहीं पाएंगे उसको कहते हैं पिंजड़ा। What is called cage? From which no one can get out. Prison means where a person is closed forever, means as long as he is punished, he will have to be closed in that area. That is called prison, jail. If he comes out every now and then, it is not called prison, it is his own home. So once you have gone in, you are entrapped there. You cannot come out. That is the cage of your heart. Understood? It is so dangerous. स्वामी जी, आप तो संसार को भी इतना भयंकर रूप में दिखा देता हो, परमात्मा को भी इतना भयंकर बता देता हो, हम जाएं तो जाए कहाँ? जीने को राहत नहीं, मरने को चाहत नहीं, अंधे यहाँ पे अंधे रास्ते जाएं तो जाएं कहाँ? Where to go? I don't want to die and I cannot live comfortably. Where to go then? Neither I can die nor I can live. What to do? Where to go? What is the way out? Yoga. And yoga leads to this situation. Chitta vritti nirodha. When all the mind stops, then what will happen? What will happen? कहाँ जाए हम बताओ? तो ये सारे जितने शास्त्र कहा गया है सब जगह पर यही कहा है। शास्त्र के आखिर जेने छाम तेन गम्यताम, wherever you like, go that way, go your way. Hear whatever I am telling, but do according to your choice. You are free. Whatever you like, you are welcome. Either this or that, or if you want, you can hang in between. The pendulum swing in between. लाभ यही होगा। चलो पहले देख लेते हैं। वो तो विशाल जी नहीं है, वो चले गए, नहीं तो चाय पीता होगा। 2 सरदार को ले आते हैं। एक सरदार गया, वो शादी नहीं कर पा रहा था ना, हमारे पोपट लाल, वो जो वो क्या उल्टा चश्मा में, पोपट लाल का शादी नहीं हुआ। जिंदगी भर बेचारा इंतजारी में है, कोई लड़की मिल जाएगी। तो हो जाता है 2 इकट्ठे। एक बार ऐसा हुआ, 2 लड़कियां, वो किसको पसंद करेगा बेचारा, दोनों में सब बराबर। तो क्या करेगा, वो पागल हो गया, दोनों नहीं मिले फिर। यही होगा आखिर। neither this nor that. So you have to decide something, what do you really want. आकाश रूपी वृक्ष में किसी पक्षी ने विश्रांति प्राप्त की है, ये भविष्यत तुम्हारे अभी ये प्राप्ति के रूप में तुमको ये मिलेगा, भविष्यत कभी। क्योंकि समय तो नहीं ना, अभी जो अभी है वो कभी भी है, और जो अभी भी है कभी था भी, कभी होगा भी, अभी भी है। 3 काल एक रूप हो जाता है। तो आकाश के ऊपर, कोई वृक्ष के ऊपर कोई पक्षी का वास, उसी को तो हम काकभूषणी जी के रूप में वर्णना भी करते हैं कभी कभी। चिरंजीवी जो काकभूषणी, वो आकाश के किसी कोने में किसी कल्प वृक्ष के ऊपर रहते हैं, सदा सर्वदा रामायण गाते रहते हैं। दुनिया भर के पक्षियाँ वह आ करके रामायण सुनते रहते हैं। चिरंजीवी वो कभी ना मरते हैं ना कभी जीते हैं, हमेशा उनका सत्संग यही चलता रहता है। यही चिरंजीवी पक्षी जो है आकाश के किसी पेड़ के ऊपर बैठा रहेगा और आराम से कभी ना कहीं इधर उधर ही लगा डुलेगा नहीं, यही मिलेगा। देखो जो मर्जी आपकी, सी व्हाट यू गेट। इसी तरह संसार में पिंडत्वादि का जो खंडन हो जाने पर सार रूप से सन्मात्र ही शेष रह जाता है। वह कहते हैं कि आखिर जो इन संसारिक जीवों की कोई पिंडता नहीं है, वस्तुतः कोई मूर्ति नहीं है, और न शून्यता ही विद्यमान है। यही कारण है कि चित्त भी अस्त हो चुका है और एकमात्र सद्रूप ही शेष रहा है। उसका किसी तरह अपलाप नहीं हो सकता है, वह सदा स्थित है। Now, coming out of all these discussions, he says, in the end, we see we cannot give a form to any idea, because form will be having so many complications. That is what we have. When you have a form, you have a body, you have manyness, you have everything within you, all your senses, all your body and mind, fourfold mind, prana, and all your system, and that's how it is ever restless. Many is there, one is changing into the other, and everything has related with each other. And in the end, what happens? In the end, because it has a form, it has to have no form also. Change, because everything is subject to change. So it has to change one day or other. That's how we are bound to time, space, and conditions, and to these forms. And a form is there means action and reaction will be there. In this way, we are totally entangled in a body. And that body is subject to change, means change is called the disease. Because of change, the body is ever suffering. Change is the world disease. भव रोग जिसको कहते हैं वो और कुछ नहीं है, ये परिवर्तन ही होना भव रोग। परिवर्तन नहीं होगा, रोग रहित है। जैसे मैं पैदा हुआ था, अगर वैसे ही शरीर कितनी सुंदर है, कोई रोग व्याधि कुछ नहीं था, तो आज इतना रोग मैं क्यों भोग रहा हूँ? क्योंकि परिवर्तन है। परिवर्तन हर चीज में हो रहा है। इसलिए कहा गया संसार में कि शरीरम व्याधि मंदिरम, ये शरीर अगर है तो रोगों का घर है। दिस बॉडी इज, when we analyze and see, every body is nothing but a house of diseases, because it is subject to change. So change is the disease. Nothing remains as it is. So every moment we are suffering. If you like to suffer, you are welcome. If you don't want to suffer, then what is no suffering? No change is no suffering. Because of change we are suffering. And the opposite is changeless state. Only two things we can have, either changeful or changeless. That is again and again we discuss in our discussions. You see, the world means a change and God means changelessness. That's all. That we say it is imbalanced state, that is called change, and balanced state is the truth. Only two things are there. One is balanced, other is imbalanced. When you weigh something in a scale, what do you see? two pans will be moving up or down. When it stands still, either it will stand still, both will be equal, or it will be moving this side, that side. That's all. Two stages we can get, two states. One is imbalance, other is balance. That is the whole world. So either you have to accept this or that. Imbalanceness is called world, which is change. And because of this change, all these differences, all these relations, and all these fights, because there is comparison. When you compare with other, then there is, क्या कहते हैं, स्पर्धा. स्पर्धा को क्या कहेंगे? Competition. Competition is relation, because of relation. Competition means fight. Yes. Jealousy. That is what is world, because of change. And if all the change is stopped, then only balance. That is called seclusion. What we are discussing now, that is called absolute oneness without second. If it will be imbalanced, then second means third also, fourth also. दो ही स्थिति हमको मिल सकता है, तीसरा नहीं. Either this or that, one is imbalance, that is called world. And when we analyze this world, all these changes and our body, our identity, our relationships, and all these we see, we are never alone. We are always running behind our desires. And desires are because of our incompleteness. We need something because we are limited in every sense. That's how we want completeness. We want perfection. We want to be perfect, full, complete. That is the cause for our desires, and we are ever slave to our desires. That's how we are restless. That's how we are ever busy, and we are bound. We are entangled with all these transactions. This is our life, and if you are satisfied with this life, welcome. If you are not satisfied, then the other side is only balanced state, and that is also so terrific. And that also we have discussed in detail, how the Jnanis behave, how do they think, how do they see this world, and how this discriminate man looks at the world, how does he behave, and what is his state of being, and what is the glory of this side, and what is the defect in this world. Yes, Mataji.
Swamiji, it is terrific in the sense of scary, or terrific in the sense of wonderful? And terrific to, I mean, once you're there,
We
it's still
use the
terrific to who?
we use the term terrific, which has got no meaning, you see, because we are not used to. That is what terrificness. That is called terror.
But once you're there, you're not terrified.
Yes, we are used to these terrific terrors, worldly terrors. And that terror we are not used to. That is what is the meaning of terror. That also can be absolute bliss. Anything it can be, because we don't know it, we have no idea about it. It is not expressible in words or by any way. So nothing is known about it. So anyway we can name it as the climax. So supreme truth, supreme self, supreme bliss, or the supreme terror. Something we have to say. This terror has got no meaning as we think. It is blissful terror. Blissful terror. Okay? So now you will have little liking. Little choice for it. Blissful terror. What is blissful terror?
Being alone.
Huh?
Being alone.
Being alone, yes. और क्या हमारे व्यवहारिक दुनिया में क्या हम करते हैं?
Blissful terror.
हाँ, घनघोर अंधकार जहाँ हम सो जाते हैं आंख बंद करके देख नहीं सकते। जब कुछ आ जाता है, कुछ भूत प्रेत की बात आ जाता है ना, तब बच्चे क्या करते हैं? आंख बंद। That is blissful terror, to close your eyes and don't see it.
Because it doesn't exist.
तो कल फिर देखेंगे कौन कैसा है और क्या तुमको चाहिए क्या नहीं चाहिए. So yesterday I gave you some classwork, homework. Nobody brought it. लायो? अच्छा. अच्छा. चलो कल फिर करेंगे ब्लैंक पेपर. मैं भी लाया हूँ. ब्लैंक पेपर. So what have you done? ये ब्लैंक पेपर के बारे में हमको बहुत कुछ सोचना पड़ता है. ये ब्लैंक पेपर हमारी स्थिति है. हम इसमें बहुत कुछ लिख रखे हैं. जो कुछ लिख रखे हैं सब इसी में है. हम ये तो है ब्लैंक पेपर. दिस इज ऑल्सो ब्लैंक पेपर. देख रहे हो, यही ब्लैंक पेपर है. ये इसी का नाम संसार है. दिस इज कॉल्ड वर्ल्ड. And it was blank paper here, this side it is just as white as it. It is not white. It is colorless. White also is a color. So if we can say it is colorless and it is full of colors. Nobody knows what all colors are there in it. And this is the vision of the world for a discriminative man. He sees the world something like this. And some others, they see like this also. Some impressions of black color, some impressions. And some see totally like this. This is the vision of the realized souls, and this is the vision of the worldly man. He is in this, and this is the vision of the discriminating man. He sees both sides. Clarity also, backside clarity. And all these confusions, both he sees. But a man beyond everything, he sees everything at a glance. Though all these are seen, but the paper is paper all the time. It holds all these. That whiteness or that black cloud or half black, half white, or some ideas or some colors, whatever is there on the paper, paper is always the paper without any change. The Absolute sees the paper in this way, and others they see differently as their vision is, so their decision is. As they have ideas, so they see the paper in that way. We shall discuss tomorrow again. अच्छा कल करेंगे. Tomorrow we shall see what is the blank paper. ये ब्लैंक पेपर को और कितनी रूप से हम समझते हैं. संसार इसी का नाम है. ये ब्लैंक पेपर का नाम संसार है. This world is nothing but a blank paper. Again and again some ideas are seen over this, on the substratum, and again it is deleted. How many times, how many worlds, creations have been seen and gone? There is no account of it. Every moment a world is being created, and that is not only in the mind, in reality. In reality means, as we see the world, universes are being created and being deleted every moment. That is moment of the Absolute. Ours, it is ages for us. Just as our time is different than the other times. See, our timing knowledge is different from the knowledge of the insects or the birds or animals. Different animals have different timing system and lifespan. When we compare our time with life, then we have some ideas about the life of time and our life. So every being has different timing, different understanding, different life. Everything is different from each other. So don't think your time is time. इतने ही देखो ना, अमेरिका से कोई आया तो सीधा अगर भारत में पहुंचा 2 दिन सो करके फिर एक्लोमेटाइज करना पड़ता है. तभी आकर के टाइमिंग ठीक होता है. Mind has different timing. So when you come from America straight to India, you have to adjust your mind with time. So for one person, time differs according to space, according to events. So what to speak of our timing? So in this way we can understand how innumerable worlds being created every moment and they disappear every moment. And what is that truth who holds all these, how it is and what it is, where it is, how it is. And that is absolute silence. That much we can say, where nothing can be said. इसी को हम बार बार जब हम समझ जाते हैं और स्वीकार कर लेते हैं तो जब चाहिए तब मन शांत हो जाता है। यार ये कोई संसार हमको परेशान नहीं कर सकता है। If you understand this clearly, accept it, any moment you like to have silence, any moment, anywhere, by any condition, you can enter to silence. Just as Napoleon, he used to take rest for 5 minutes in the midst of terrific battle. And these great people, realized souls, I have seen many, they will be doing everything but their level of existence will be something else. कभी ऐसा हाँ अच्छा, they have to come down to this level. कभी चिदानंद स्वामी जी प्रार्थना करते वक्त उनके समय देखना, गुरुदेव को प्रार्थना करते वक्त देखना था उनका स्टेट ऑफ बीइंग, हाउ दे बिहेव, their level of being is something different altogether. तो उसको फिर कल देखते हैं क्या होता है, कहाँ हम जाते हैं, हमको मिलेगा क्या, what do we gain, what is our result, why we should discuss all these in this way, how we can enjoy our time in other ways also, why to pass time in this way, finding fault with the world. We have to live in this world, isn't it? Hari Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasisate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai, Satchidananda Bhagavan ki jai, Sabda Brahma ki jai, Saraswati Maharani ki jai, Yogamasiddhi Bhagavan ki jai. Hari Om.